Hello, everyone. It's me, Captain Blueberry Buckaroo, aka Lancer737, and today we got a lot of special things going on today. I'm going to be visiting People's Equestrias. I have been researching a special topic that I've been wanting to talk about a very specific kind of pony. And on top of that, I just reached level 156, and Celestia just gave me 10 rubies. It's freaking awesome. I hope everyone's having fun with the game, and I wish you lots of luck because this is a really fun one, and there's lots of great prizes to win. Believe it or not, I'm getting my butt kicked in the community thing. Good thing I've already won the prize character in the community thing. The only thing I'd be winning is rubies, but I'm getting my butt kicked. So you guys are very determined to win that character. I don't even remember who it is, to be honest with you, but they must be really special for people to be competing so hard to get it. So without further ado, let's go visit People's Equestrias. But first, here's my friend code. Don't forget to add me. My friend code is on the top left hand corner. And here we go. First, we're going to start with King Knight. And don't forget to add King Knight. Their friend code is right next to their name. I've decided I'm going to try a different format to have more time to both view more of my neighbors and talk about theories. I'm just going to go ahead and pause my thing while I'm scrolling through different through my friends list because it is taking up a lot of time. In fact, it probably takes up most of the time for the segment for viewing my neighbors' places. So that's what I'm going to try. Let me know if you like it immediately jumping to everyone's homes that I'm visiting. So here we go. King Knight. That is an excellent name, too. Here we go, King Knight. Your place looks very excellent. Very, very excellent. Got a lot of open spaces. I like this miniature park. Looks like you're getting ready for Valentine's Day, and this probably will be my favorite spot here. I like what you did there. I like the Christmas spot too, but I actually like the Valentine's Day spot more. Believe it or not. Ooh, what you did with Fluttershy's place is also excellent. I really like it. It's probably tied for first place. I'm gonna be honest with you. I like what you did with it. The rest of it is extremely uniform, very well organized. Got some Paris Sprites right there. Got the happiest tree ever with Starlight Glimmer and Trixie Sparkle. Wait, Trixie Sparkle? Well, uh-oh. I just referenced a really cool fan fiction. Sorry, my bad. You never know. That could be Trixie Sparkle for all we know. It's all up to King Knight and what the lore is for their own Equestria. The sky's the limit for your imagination. Anyway, King Knight, I greatly enjoyed your place, especially, again, the Valentine's Day Park and Fluttershy's Cottage with the trees. Sometimes the simplest things can be the most beautiful things. I really like your place. You did an excellent job. Merry Christmas. Have a happy New Year and a happy Valentine's Day because we are getting kind of close to that. Next up, we got Apple Daisy, which is also another excellent name. I like it. Let's go check out Apple Daisy. Hello, Apple Daisy. Here's my gift to me to you. Oh, you have Twilight dressed up as a superhero. Always forget her name. It's like Masked Horn or something like that. I cannot ever remember. Actually, most of them I cannot remember except for Zap, which is, Rainbow Dash dresses as Zap. And then I remember Marvelous Mare Duel. Her name is an amalgamation of my favorite character, my favorite superhero from Marvel, which is the original Miss Marvel, Carol Danvers. She's mostly known as um, Captain Marvel nowadays, and then she's also a mix of a DC character named Wonder Woman, which I'm not a big Wonder Woman fan, but she's not bad. The style of this place is very much like how I used to have mine, which again is not an insult or anything. I liked that style. I just wanted to build more. Hmm. This is very interesting. You have this giant trail going out all the way out here, and then you have this mysterious. Evil statue all the way out here. This could be a fan fiction in itself. It's possible that's not a statue. It's possible that an epic battle happened out here with an evil creature. And with the elements of magic, or maybe something else, a powerful spell was used to trap this creature into stone. Very much like how Discord, excuse me, Discord, Queen Chrysalis, Tyrek, and Cozy Glow were. Or maybe it's an ancient evil waiting to come forth and no one knows where it came from. Or maybe it's just a statue. You gotta ask Apple Daisy what it is. That's kind of crazy that you made that trail go all the way out there. It intrigues me why you did that. I like it. I love a good mystery and a good candy cane. That makes me want some candy canes, especially blueberry ones. It's one of the reasons why I like one of the stores in MLP that produces blue candy canes, which is likely a blueberry, unless you're sick and you want blue raspberry. To each their own. So if I were to pick a favorite spot besides the trail leading off to that statue, because I love how eerie it is. That's probably tied for first place. It might sound crazy, but I love how eerie it is. Oh wait, there's a statue right there too. That could have been the first victim of that creature, or maybe the hero that defeated it, and they were inadvertently turned to stone too. We may never know. But this just intrigues me, and it sounds crazy, but it does. I love it. Heck, I might write a fan fiction about it. The eerie statue far from town. Um, okay. Besides that, my favorite spot would have to be. This is a tough one. I like everything that's on the map here. Again, I love it that it's on the outskirts of town and it blends in the wilderness. And I love how it looks great to me. I like it. Um, Apple Daisy, you did an excellent job. Merry Christmas to you. Have a happy New Year and a happy Valentine's Day. Next is King Daisy. Don't forget to add King Daisy. Their friend code is right next to their name. And here we go. Here you go, King Daisy. And this place is both chaotic and well organized at the same time. It's actually pretty cool. Oh, I love this park area. Lucky Clover's right there, and there's Trixie being followed by Sombra. Sombra's on the loose, everyone. Take note. Sombra is on the loose. He has just attacked Mr. Weasley from not My Little Pony, the My Little Pony version of a Harry Potter character. He just epically scared them off. He is on the loose with his Umbrum army. This universe that King Daisy made is doomed unless someone stops him. So, besides messing around, I love the castle grounds here and the miniature forest and lake that you have right here. Oh, and then you have Twilight's Feature Apprentice. That also looks pretty cool. Oh, there's one of those blueberry candy canes I was telling you about. It's right at the front door of the reindeers. So actually, I'm going to have to zoom out just a little bit. So everything right here is also tied for first place for being my favorite section. Happiest, most epic tree ever, Tree of Harmony. I was about to say there's Flash Magnus, but that is not Flash Magnus. I forget who that is. I think that's like his second in command. No, it can't be his second. Or no, yeah, it has to be a second in command. Starlight Glimmer is running out of here. She's like, Sombra is your problem. I'm not dealing with it. There be Applejack and Mr. Cake. So anyway, King Daisy, really enjoyed your place. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And I think we are done with this because this next part is going to be epically special. It's time for you know what. It's time for a pony theory. A very big pony theory, and bits of lore and facts thrown your way. Um, this is specifically about shadow ponies. Now, if you're not familiar with what a shadow pony is, that is the species that King Sombra was originally. And to be specific, they're known as umbrum. Now, why it took me so long to make a video about them is there's next to nothing lore wise made about them. Next to nothing. Seriously. Every other pony species, subspecies, and even monsters like and enemies, they at least have something written about them. But Umbrum, aka Shadow Ponies, are completely, with lack of a better word, void of lore. So I've had to do some investigations and fabrications based on connecting the dots with things that seem reasonable with the lore of what a shadow pony is and what would be relatable to them that may be a contributing aspect to a shadow pony. See, um, shadow umbrums or shadows. Hold on one second. Here we go. This works better. I because a lot of people might not even know what they actually truly look like. A shadow pony, aka umbrum, is a pony that well looks like this. It's also known as a monstrous creature. And believe it or not, they do make it into a primary source. Now, I know a lot of people do not consider comics and games to be canon. Um, I do because of what writers have said about the lore for MLP and what contributes to the lore. And if something is too extreme, when it comes to conflicting bits of information, it's then going to be considered an alternate universe. So it's canon to the multiverse, but not a specific universe. That being said, Umbrum still do show up in one official primary universe G4 source, and that is the prequel to the MLP movie. There's a sign that is warning people of Umbrum. Um, they also have, and I have to stress this, they are pretty disturbing looking compared to most creatures that you'll see in MLP. In fact, I would dare say, compared to other things in other fictions, they're pretty high up there in eeriness and creepiness. They're not the most creepy thing I've ever seen out of everything I've seen, but it gets really unsettling. If I recall correctly, this is what King Sombra looked like before his transformation into what appears to be a normal unicorn. I could be wrong, and this could be a different one. It's difficult to say because they only show very few frames of Sombra before his transformation. These things are absolutely terrifying. I swear that they got H.R. Giger, the creator of the Xenomorph, artistic wise, to create these things. I just can't believe it. They look nightmarish and terrifying. And one aspect of Umbrum and Shadow Ponies is that they have enchantment magics that are powerful enough that even someone like Hope, when they saw Umbrum, they didn't see this. They saw cute things. Things like this. This is what most people would see if they use their enchantments of illusion. Things like beautiful glowing purple and blue butterflies or fairies. Things like this. It's very deceiving, very conniving. And even enchantments like this that would make them appear to be like a normal pony, but with different style wings, almost similar to a a breezy. It almost looks like an alternate universe ghost version of Pinkie Pie, but with breezy wings. It's very intriguing. Why are these things this way? Why are they so deceptive? Before we attempt to answer questions, let's also look at the definition of what is the what the name Umbra means. We can use Shadow Pony itself as a point of reference and trying to figure out what these are. But they're also known as umbra. So let's take a look at that. What is the definition? 1A, conical shadow excluding all light from a given source. Specifically, the conical part of the shadow of a celestial body excluding all light from the primary source. B, the central dark part of a sunspot. 2A shaded area. That's pretty much it. It alludes to it being an incredibly dark source, powerful dark source of darkness, maybe. Besides the lack of information regarding these creatures, if you look online trying to find out what the shadow ponies were, it constantly links lore with the Pony of Shadows. Very possibly just because they share a similar name. But there could be more to that, and I'll get to that in my theory. I'm just presenting the facts that have been found about these creatures. And it's not good. Not good for any other ponies in MLP. Besides having powerful magics of illusion, they are magically, offensively, extremely powerful as well, and defensively. In fact, the only known thing that affects them, that can contain them, is love magic, specifically from the crystal heart. Now, that specifically does not have to be love magic. I should rephrase that, but it definitely needs the magic of love, and or at the very, very least, bearers of the magic of love to activate it. Specifically, Cadence and probably Cadence and Shining Armor, but it's conjecture about Shining Armor. But they both share the magic of love. That is the seventh element to the magic of friendship. So it's very possible he could, but that's a different theory for a different time. What are these? Well, there's many, many different things that we can come to a conclusion to. One, these are remnants, nightmares that came manifest but were not able to possess any of the other ponies during the wars between alicorns when their emotions came amok. As I pointed out, a lot of magics in MLP, emotion is a key activation for a lot of those spells. And when darker emotions were used for various different kinds of dark magics, evil magics, I believe that's when the nightmares came, where specifically in the primary G4 universe, and a lot of alicorns became things like Nightmare Moon. These are those entities that were not able to take any hosts. That being said, that can't be 100% proven to be true. I mean, it's possible, but the only thing that goes against that is we have seen nightmare creatures, and they didn't exactly do the things that these creatures do. Actually, believe it or not, I feel like shadow ponies are more terrifying looking than nightmare creatures. So, what else could these things be? Well, I'm not going to go into much specifics for it, and I don't ever recommend looking up information for it. But it is very possible that these are very similar to things that people talk about in real life. Their names are very similar to shadow ponies. I'll leave it at that. And besides being dark, evil spirits, it's theorized that they may be interdimensional travelers, but very malicious ones from what has been reported of them. These things fit that very well to a T, except for one difference. They live up to the name of Shadow. These don't exactly, which is very odd, but I mean, they are terrifying. So if you're using that for Menace, the name Shadow or Umbrum, yeah, they fit that to a T. They are a very terrifying creature. It is possible that these are ponies from a completely different realm, not just realm, really, universe. Some sort of magical event happened and they accidentally crossed over. And in doing so, just their appearance, just how they interact with their environment was so terrifying to the ponies of the era that they showed up in that they had to have them contained, especially when some of them may have become hostile. And the way they act now, they definitely are all hostile. Granted, this could possibly be because they were detained. They didn't like that. They didn't understand how they got to this world. And then because of their appearance, they were detained. But at the same time, when you see the motives for ones that definitely have been around for a long time, it doesn't seem like that is the case. Going back to changelings, changelings themselves are also terrified of shadow ponies. Queen Chrysalis herself knew the implications for if these things were to get out of their magical prison underneath the crystal castle, and she fled. Well, at least in the comic book, she fled. In the game version, she's helping Sombra and the descendant of the Pony of Shadows fight off these creatures. And it's kind of funny that he makes an appearance in this as someone that would help Sombra because, it keeps relinking the lore between Shadow Ponies and the Pony of Shadows. So there very well could be something there, although his motives have to do with the fact that he wants all memory of him being a descendant of the Pony of Shadows to be erased. And that's his only connection to the entity that took over Sombra's pain and grief. He literally is not that. So it's kind of confusing that he would help villains to clear his family lineage. Then again, despite how evil Sombra and Chrysalis were, they want to rule with the iron fist. And yeah, they probably will destroy a couple ponies and other creatures along the way. What the Pony of Shadows had in store for everything was ultimate, utter destruction. And that brings up another thing. Going back to what Queen Chrysalis did in the comics, she fled because these things would destroy everything. So that's another thing linking shadow ponies with the Pony of Shadow. Pony of Shadow, pure darkness. When this card is defeated, you may reveal cards from the top of your deck until you reveal a friend. If you do, put the friend into play, then shuffle your deck. Welcome to the Well of Shade. That place was a place that was generating really, really, really dark energy, specifically black magic, not even night magic, just utter darkness, nothingness styles of dark magic, the most evil kind. Again, we've talked about this before. He's very well known within the multiverse. There's at least two different alternate universe versions of Stygian. Sorry, the Pony of Shadows, where he has gone out of his way to not only collapse multiple planets, purposely killing off all life on it, but also just quite possibly wiping out whole universes, especially since some of these variants of the alternate universe version of Pony of Shadows, have captured small armies of Discord's cousin, which we've talked about before. She has the same abilities as Discord, which means she has the same abilities as a Q from Star Trek, a reality warper, a very powerful chaos magic user. And he bent a small army of them to his will, including King Anubis, a, a very rare dream magic user. Dream magic is one of the rarest magics in MLPG4. I dare say in MLP period, because I think G4 is the only one that has dream magic. And he bent them all to his will. And with that kind of power, you could easily destroy universes. And with his apparent desire to joyfully crush the light out of anything he targets and watch as its most powerful heroes are corrupted and forced to also destroy everything else unless he intervenes himself. This is another shared characteristic between the Pony of Shadows and Shadow Ponies. So, is there something, going back to what I said earlier, is there something there that these ponies have a shared history? Are Shadow Ponies extra dimensional entities that are nightmares? Don't know why they're slightly different than other nightmares, but are nightmares nonetheless that just did not have a host. Or maybe they do have hosts, but the nature of their hosts make it so that they don't interact in ways that they normally would. In fact, when you look at their true forms, they look like they've taken over horses. So maybe shadow ponies, even though they're called ponies, maybe they take over horses or have already taken horses as a host in one dimension or another. There's so many different theories for what these things are. The only thing that I can say is, out of all the ponies that are encountered in MLP by race, these are absolutely the most dangerous in My Little Pony. Period. Doesn't matter which version it is. They are not to be messed with. They are to be contained, or else they will flatten everything. Again, even Queen Chrysalis was terrified of these things and that they would destroy all the changelings. And I've already told you my theories about her, that she is an undead alicorn. And I do very much believe that she is an alicorn. That's for a video for another time. I'm getting very close to where I have to stop this. What was I going to say? Yes, shadow ponies. The theories can go everywhere for what these things are. And it will always be difficult to narrow down. And plenty of really interesting dark fiction theory slash stories could be written about these, just based off of what I mentioned before, that they were a very, very, very ancient interdimensional invader, maybe an interdimensional traveler accidentally stuck here, but because of the nature of what they they were hostile anyway, and they had to be entrapped. Maybe they were part of that Alicorn war between Alicorns using the lighter side of emotions versus the ones that had succumbed to nightmares, and these were different variants of Alicorns turned into nightmares. Granted, the one thing that was missing is their unicorn horns, but they still have access to magics that unicorns could use. Actually, not even that. Apparently, it's even more powerful than what most unicorns could use, excluding if you're using magics through the crystal heart. And the crystal heart only is the only thing that greatly affects them. Granted, in the game universe, apparently, Somber himself, which he apparently is using similar magic, and the Pony of Shadows descendant, Hope and Queen Chrysalis are able to fight them off, but it probably would be much easier to use the Crystal Heart from what we've seen. But anyway, they will always be a mystery. Anything that you come up with could be the right answer. They definitely, for sure, though, have to be an interdimensional, extra universal traveler of some kind, and not a good one. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed these pony facts and theories about Umbrum, shadow ponies, a very dangerous race of subgroup of ponies, and maybe for the best, it's a good thing that they are not linked to elements of harmony. But then you never know. What if there is a series or a set of magic where literally every pony, a subgroup of pony, has to be involved in unlocking the magic. And you would need a shadow pony, a changeling, a sea pony, a mermare, a bat pony, dragon ponies, unicorns, pegasi, and earth ponies, and possibly even more that we've missed or don't even know about. And heck, maybe even zebras. I've heard that they shouldn't count, but they do have cutie marks, believe it or not. So you never know. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. Tell me what you think about the shadow ponies in Umbrum. Peace be with you, and good luck with the campaign.